My name is Eric and I am 24 years old. I am from Morelia, Michoacán. I am a doctor and currently doing my social service in a town 4 hours from my city. During the week I stay at the clinic with the other doctors doing their service. When I arrived, the doctor before me told me that at night you hear a lot of noise. I thought it was a joke, a way to say goodbye, besides the clinic being part of a very old former estate. However, he was right. During the nights, on the second floor of the clinic, which is still unfinished, you can hear footsteps perfectly, as if children were playing. The noises on the roof at night or when I'm alone in the clinic are the most common. But this is not the only thing that has happened to me. One night I was in my office finishing the notes from the consultations. Around 10 at night you could see an electrical storm approaching. Then I started to hear the footsteps again, but this time they were different. I noticed them much more active. A few minutes after the storm began, as in a cliché horror movie, the electricity in the town went out. At that moment the footsteps stopped too. There is a refrigerator in the clinic with vaccines, so I had to check if it was at a suitable temperature. Before the blackout I had gone into the corridor where this refrigerator is located. And I know many will not believe it, and I wouldn't have either if I hadn't lived it, but just in the middle of the corridor, heading toward the room, I felt like someone pushed me on my left shoulder. I turned immediately, lighting with my cell phone lamp. At that moment I was alone in the clinic, so the most logical thing was that a thief had sneaked in. But there was nothing, only shadows. Just then the footsteps on the second floor began again, and this time harder. I checked the temperature of the refrigerator and headed to the dormitory. The noise on the second floor continued. After 15 minutes the rain stopped and the sound of the drops and thunder drowned out the noises from upstairs. Another time, on a Friday during consultations, a woman who lives right in front of the clinic asked me, "Doctor, why did you wake up at night?" I was surprised because that day I remember going to bed early. I asked why she mentioned it, and she said that around 3 in the morning she went to her kitchen to drink water and noticed the clinic lights were on, so she looked out the window. She said she clearly saw someone walking around the clinic from one side to the other. Because it was that time of night, she thought it was me and went back to sleep. When she finished saying that, a cold chill ran down my back. At that time I was already asleep and completely alone. The worst experience I had was at the beginning of October last year. It was a normal consultation, a 5-year-old boy with the flu. His mother asked if I could prescribe him some vitamins because the boy didn't sleep well at night. I asked him why he couldn't sleep and he answered that, during the night, Angela watched him sleep from behind his window. I didn't say much. I told his mother that this Angela couldn't do anything to him, that she didn't exist in reality. That night I stayed working very late. It was almost 3 in the morning. I was about to finish, I just had to arrange some cards, and I was doing that when I heard 3 taps on the window. I thought it might be an emergency, but there was no one outside. I went to see better in the dark, and right in front of my face there were 3 small knocks again. I was very scared, so I decided to go to the residence, and when I turned off the lights I heard 3 knocks on the window again. The next day I returned to Morelia. On the bus a while later a woman got on with a child. I recognized them immediately and the child greeted me. Very excited he said, "Doctor, Angela told me she went to see him, that she touched him at the window, but he did not want to open it. I don't know if you believe me or not, and I don't want to convince you. I'm only sharing what I've lived in that place. But I'm more than convinced there's something in that clinic and around the former estate. I also recognize that I've always been a very pessimistic and negative person, and maybe that's why these phenomena happen to me, unlike the other passing doctors who have been there and only heard the noises on the second floor. I'm currently on vacation and coming back to the clinic this Monday. I had a very important personal loss at the beginning of the vacation and emotionally I'm not feeling well. I don't know if that affects what surrounds the clinic and the former farm. They expect me to stay another 6 months there.